IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. As you already know, I'm delighted as always to be joined by my good friend TYRONE McKENNA. Ty, we just spoke a little bit. Good, brother. How are you?
I look like I'm about to go to a rave or something, but here
An illegal rave.
I'm in camp, fucking, unfortunately, so I'm not.
Listen, well, once you've done your fight at the Fail on the 6th of August, man, you can maybe go to a rave and celebrate.
That's it. Yes, it was the next day, I think. I'm
coming with you. Ty, listen, before I push the record there, we'll talk about this fighter that you're fighting in Jose Felix Jr. A tough Mexican, 39 wins, 30 KOs, only 4 losses. Why?
Listen, he's more KOs than I have fights. Jamie brought 2 fighters to me. He said, "Do you want this guy who's, I think he has 13 wins, 3 losses, or do you want this guy that's 39 wins, 30 knockouts, and 4 defeats?" And I said, "You know what? What do the fans want? I fight for the fans. The fans don't even appreciate me enough." Yeah. I said, that guy that's 13 fights will not excite anyone. This guy with 30 KOs, that excites me. I'm ready to test my chin in front of 8,000 people and see what it's made of. And it's going to be, can he hit harder than my chin can take, or can my chin take a guy that can take 30 KOs? So it's going to be an interesting battle.
It definitely is, mate. I'm really looking forward to it. Now, the reason why I said, why did you pick this guy? Because a lot of people are maybe reading too much into this, but we've seen Mexicans come to these shores, to the UK at least, and we've seen them cause the upset. Josh Warrington comes to mind, Robbie Davis Jr. Do you know what I mean? These Mexicans have came here. They're not here to roll over. They're not come here just to pick up a paycheck. They've come here to fight and get the win. So, I mean,
I've always said people have these ambitions in the sport, and like most people's ambitions to be world champion or have the best, I don't know, undefeated record or like that in their country. Mine is to be one of the most entertaining Irish boxers, and to become one of the most entertaining boxers, I think you have to fight entertaining fights and fights that will be entertaining for fans. And looking at this guy's record, looking at the way he fights, when he's Mexican, that excites me as well. So to be the most entertaining fighter that I can be, I'm going to have to choose the hardest fights that are put in front of me, and that is the one that was put in front of me, which was the hardest one. And I'm excited for it. I'm buzzing. I was worried when TURAROV pulled out. He pulled out quite a while ago, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He pulled out, and straight away this guy was brought in. So it's not like he's only had 2 weeks' notice. He's had about 5 weeks' notice. But when he pulled out, I was worried. It was like, fuck, am I even going to get a fight? Is the belt going to be on the line? Stuff like this. And then Jamie straight away got that Mexican, said, "Look, there's a tough Mexican there that the belt will be on the line for. It'll be a tough fight, but it's one that's there for. What do you think?" And I said, 100%, get him. And obviously, Mexicans are always fights. I'm going to be out Mexican the Mexican. We're going to see who the real Mexican is on fight night.
That being said, then, can we expect a war? Can we expect the typical TYRONE McKENNA war?
I came into this fight with this camp with an attitude of, I'm going to war 1,000,000%. It doesn't matter who I was fighting, and the way I've been training, the way I've been sparring. I mean, when you're sparring in camps, you do go in with men from what way you want to box during the fight. Like the last fight when I was fighting O'Hara, I was boxing more in camp, I was sparring the way I wanted to fight. This, I'm going into wars every single spar, and it's not just to have a war in the gym. It's to get ready for what I'm preparing for, and it's going to be an absolute bloodbath.
That's music to fans' ears, but is that music to Pete Taylor's ear?
Do you know what? Probably not. But it's not just, I'm not going in like with an attitude, I'm going to get whacked and going to get hit. I'm going to have an educated war where I'm not going to just be jumping in carelessly and getting hit and taking forward to land one. It's not going to be that kind of war. It's going to be an educated, pressured war, but it's going to be on my terms. It's going to be the way I want to box. It's going to be me being smart with my wars. A one-sided war, that's what it's going to be. But it's going to be a high-paced, Mexican style. I don't know what he's going to bring, but I'm guessing he's a Mexican. He's tough. He hits like fuck. So I'm guessing he's going to be bringing a war. So it's an exciting place to stay.
Definitely. Ty, I'll ask you this then. Are we reading too much into these tough Mexicans coming over here and beating our guys? Like I mentioned, Robbie Davis Jr., John. Are we reading too much into that?
I don't know. They only have 2 hands and 2 feet. So at the end of the day, it's whatever you bring to the table. I can't like. He is a Mexican. He's going to have. He does have a lot of heart. And he is tough because I've watched his fights. But it just depends. Like, are the people that have been beat by Mexicans, are they tough? Do they prepare for what the Mexicans are bringing? And I've prepared for anything. What I believe what the Mexicans are going to bring, I've prepared for. So I think it's not that we're reading too much into the Mexicans and then coming over and upsetting people, but I made up different stuff, and this is the kind of fights that I train for. So I'm not worried about that.
Well, selfishly, Ty, I'm looking forward to this fight. I can't wait to come over to Belfast. I've missed it, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's a WBO Intercontinental title, I believe, is on the line. Winning that title brings you one step closer to that world title shot. I mean, it's still, you talked about people's dream. Your dream is to become, is to be one of the most exciting Irish fighters. But I'm sure that you
still want to be. I still want to be world champion, of course. But I don't want it to be a cherry picking way to get the world title. I want to be able to go here, Tyrone won a world title the hard way, fighting the hardest fights every single time. So, and as you say, this belt puts me in line for world title shot. I mean, Josh Taylor and Jack Cattle are obviously fighting. The winner's going to move up, probably more than likely for a super fight. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be a lot of vacant titles there. I'm going to be highly ranked in WBO, so why not by the end of the year me fighting for world titles? It's insane, but I am insane, so it suits me.
Exactly, man. Like I said, like you have trained hard for it. I've watched you train and stuff like that. So, and I do know your dream is to become a world champion. Because why put your body through?
Yeah, why would you be in the sport?
Exactly. I just want to touch on Turarov. Is that fight dead in the water now? I don't think that's twice.
That man. It's not even twice because he was in the golden contract as well and he pulled out. So he really had 3 opportunities with me. And the man's pulled out like fuck. So that's dead in the water. That man wants to say he's a boxer rather than be a boxer. He lives a comfortable life, it seems, on Instagram. And I think any wee niggle or injury that normally a boxer that's come from nothing would try and disguise in camp. So the conflict, he pulls that shit away. No matter what happened, he doesn't need to fight, and I think that shows in every time he pulls out. Most boxers do need to fight. They need that payday. They fight for injuries more or less, or in training camp. Most boxers in training camp will get a niggle or get injured, but they'll rest and they'll come back and they'll train hard and they'll still fight. I think he gets a wee niggle and he just pulls out because he doesn't need the money. So he's dead in the water. I'm not wasting my time, Miranda, giving him a shot again.
Yeah. Well, I do want to say this. When we did talk about how the Mexicans are tough they are, and you're going to war, and it's going to be a bloodbath and all this sort of stuff. But there is no danger that TYRONE McKENNA is losing at the fail at the Falls Park. No way you're losing this fight.
Especially me, I fight with the fans, and I haven't had fans in front of me in about 2 years. And this isn't even just your usual here, Ulster Hall or York Hall or whatever, where there's a couple hundred of your fans. 8,000 fans sitting there going crazy. Their first night out in 2 years. Their first night out in 2 years. So they'll be choking for this night. They're big boxing fans, big boxing city. So I think it's a massive night to come back on. And I'm buzzing for it.
So am I, mate. I do want to get your thoughts, touch on the main event then. Mick Collins, TJ Duheny, I mean, all Irish clash, 2 Celtic men going at it. I mean, we talked about you and the Mexican going into war, but I'm pretty sure when you get two Irishmen going at it, that's a war too. What's your thoughts on that?
There's a different kind of parade when it's Irish v Irish. Like I've been in a couple of all Irish affairs myself, and it's a different vibe that you get when you're going into them fights. It's more about pride and stuff like that. And I heard about this fight, and I was like, I've been buzzing ever since. Like I'm so excited for this fight. TJ Vaney is no pushover. He went to Japan. He beat a good Japanese fighter for the world title. He got the world title the hard way, and he had a great fight against what's it called? Guy in America, Roman, is it?
Danny Roman, yeah.
Yeah, he had a great fight against him. He might have got beat, but he looked lethal in it. Yeah. So it's a tough fight for Mick, and I think that just shows Mick's balls and Mick's character that he's going to take a fight like that to prove that he is worthy to be where he is right now. And I think he dominates this fight and actually puts a lot of people's doubts to bed.
Definitely. It's going to be a good fight. I know TJ, I know Mick very well. So people said, I said it was a great fight, and I got a lot of sticks saying, oh, is it really a great fight? I'm like, listen, take away TJ's last loss against Bluter.
I don't think he actually even got up for that fight, or because he thought it was going to be a pushover. And so I'm not reading into that fight. I don't think Mick would be reading into that fight either. I think he knows he's in a hard fight, and he's trained that way, and I think he's well up for us.
Yeah, to put it this way, TJ's up for this fight, I'm telling you right now. There's no way when you get two Irishmen going at it.
I'm excited.
So am I, mate. Listen.
After my fight, I usually just chill in the change room and sit about. Not a chance. I'm straight out to watch it.
No. You'll be giving me my post-fight interview first.
After I'll interview and then straight out.
Exactly. Well, listen, Ty, I can't wait to come over to Belfast, man. I've missed Belfast. I know Belfast has missed me, so...
Missed it all.
I've missed
what I've missed as well. I've missed the build-up, like the fight week.
Aye.
Where you go and you have your public workout and your press conference and stuff like that. See in a lockdown, it's just you're in a room, you're in a hotel, sitting beside by yourself, there's no pictures. They're the kind of perks that you miss. I know. So I'll be lapping that up all week. Yeah. Anyone wants a picture, please come up. Anyone wants an autograph? My arm will be dead giving autographs.
I'll get an autograph, mate. I don't think I've got one yet. I want to see the fashion statement at the press conference. So I want to see that fashion statement.
Oh, I told you where I have something in store.
Hey, there you go.
I'll be looking good. I'll be looking good.
Good, mate. I can't wait. Listen, Ty, great fight against this Mexican Felix Jr. I mean, he looks tough, high knockout ratio, so it's a fight that we're looking forward to. The Fela, you got a whole Irish fight in the main bell. You got all those Irish fighters on the undercard as well, Sean McComb and all the rest of them. So I cannot wait for this fight. I can't wait to come back to Belfast and see you, my friend. So stay safe in training camp. There's still a couple of weeks left. It's under 2 weeks. So listen, I'll see you soon, my man. And thanks for this fight.
Yes, Andy, good man, legend. See ya.
See you, chap.